From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas, this is the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
By God.
Indeed it is. And we welcome you into the Grandpa and Pappy Show for another week, and we appreciate you so much being with us.
Just as our buddy Kenny Bulldog Willis, who is pretty instrumental on the music.
Absolutely. Yeah. We appreciate you, Bulldog, more than you'll ever know.
That's a fact.
This is the only show, in case you've just joined us and watching it, that gives you, the viewers, a chance to voice your opinion on the different topics that we have each day.
How well they do that.
Oh, yes, especially today. We'll be talking about that in just a moment. Yeah. What a great weekend for sports. Oh. Holy mackerel.
I have no fingernails left.
We've got a mutual friend, Mike Lipka, who told me last week before the games even started over the weekend, he said,
visiting teams?
He said, I just got a feeling all the visiting teams are going to win, and by God,
they damn near did.
They damn near did.
All of them but one.
Patrick Mahomes saved that last one. As a matter of fact, I was talking to him on the phone, and we hung up with 13 seconds left. And he said, see? And I told him, I said, look, I'm going to give you some money to buy me a lotto ticket.
Says, do not worry, my son.
Yeah, so I had to go back and say, well, I think I'll keep my money in my pocket, Mike. So, but anyway, what great football action.
I would never bet against Mahomes. He's a heartbreak kid.
Man, this guy is incredible. He really is. And I'm telling you what, you got to give kudos to Buffalo's quarterback, Josh Allen.
Oh, good Lord.
That kid is great.
We need to bring him to Dallas.
Whew, need to do something.
You hear that, Jerry? We need to bring Allen to Dallas.
I'll consider that. I sure will.
That's right.
Well, Sean Payton resigned as the coach of the New Orleans Saints.
Do you think he'll come to Dallas?
I do. I think
he's talking.
I think he'll eventually be the Dallas Cowboy coach. Him and the Jones family are very close.
That'd be all right with me.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be a good Sunday for football. Cincinnati is going to be playing Kansas City for the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
And out west, it's going to be an all-California NFC Championship game as the Los Angeles Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers.
That ought to be a hell of a game.
Somehow beat the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field in cold weather.
The snow.
Yeah, and
I've been to that stadium. It gets cold.
Man, it was like what was it? 12 degrees with a wind chill factor of 2.
Jesus Christ.
And then it started snowing.
Yeah, they can have that. I saw Houston get the crap beat out of them by Green Bay in that stadium. And I vowed right then and there, I mean, the minute my butt hit that frozen bleacher, I ain't coming back up here no more. Screw that.
I ain't scared of no ghost. Yeah. But anyway, it's going to be a great football weekend. The winners of those two games will meet on February the 13th.
In the big show.
Yeah, in Los Angeles for the Super Bowl.
Maybe. If they shut it down, it comes to Dallas.
It could. Yeah. It could. Very well.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see that, and we will update you next week. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we got a guest, Tim O'Hare, who is the Republican candidate for Tarrant County Judge, who was on with us a few months ago. What a sharp guy he is.
And the guy is smoking them out there at the polls.
The straw polls are showing him doing very well.
Yep.
And we'll see how that goes, and talk to him about that in a couple of weeks.
I'm looking forward to that show.
Absolutely. But today we're going to be talking about another Hollywood star that has spoken out
Hollywood
against, I guess, the progress of the American people, United States, and kind of a low blow cut to former President Donald Trump. And if you're not familiar with what we're saying, a couple of weeks ago, he released a video which said that the United States is much better off right now than it was 1 year ago. And Special K and I,
You must have found a new write-off or something.
we saw it together. We just looked at each other like, did
Crickets.
he just say what I think he said?
You could hear a lot of cricket noise when I
How
heard that.
can you
Was it-
even
God,
go there?
Come on,
Lord
Tom.
have mercy.
You're better than this, tomboy.
So we ask you, our brilliant viewers out there, what your opinion of it was.
Yeah.
And boy, we had some good ones.
Indeed
And we had
do.
so many that we're not going to be able to get all of them on today's show, but we'll certainly try
Yeah.
to get as many as we possibly can.
And we'll make it up to you down the road.
Yes, we will. Tabby Day of Fort Worth says he is Biden age now. He doesn't remember stepping on piano keys. I just saw that video and I was like, Biden better not come on and say he approves of this message. Lo and behold, there he was.
Maybe he's on the list too.
He could be. Could be.
Birds of a feather, you know. John Bossy said, I think Wilson has a better sense of reality. And I'm inclined to agree with that. Certainly has more brain cells. And Bobby Simmons said, I know that's right, by God.
Well, there's been a couple of things that I do want to bring out because I did some research on it. A lot of people thinking that Tom Hanks has moved to a foreign country, and that part is true because he was given a citizenship by Greece. So he and Rita are now dual citizenship members of the United States and Greece.
Yeah.
That is true. He's got a villa he's living in there in Greece, staying there most of the time. The other part was that a lot of people seem to think that he was on the flight manifest for Epstein to go to the pedo island, as they used to call it.
Paradise Island.
Yeah, and that part has been disavowed. It's not
By
true.
whom? Who disavowed it?
A lot of
media?
Well, no, there was a lot of
Fact checkers.
fact checkers. I mean,
Well,
actual
they were probably on board
actual
too.
fact checkers.
Actual fact checkers.
So if they do release the flight manifest of Epstein, that sure could ruin the careers of a lot of people. But they're saying that Tom was not on there.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
He probably flew his own jet.
Yeah. Big Matt Bannister told us he is referring to his small world, which really wasn't doing much a year ago, but it doesn't reflect the rest of the nation, just the Hollywood elite.
Boom.
Jim Taikong said, yes, my business is open, so yeah, he was right for some people.
Well, then you're one of the fortunate ones there,
Absolutely, that didn't have to close your doors.
bud. And good on you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Good juju to you.
Raj Ned Carney told us to let Tom pay all of his taxes without any shelters or deductions. That ain't going to happen. Pay 55% going back 30 years, and we'll see if this was a great year for him.
That's a good way to look at it. It sure is.
Hit him in the pocketbook. Got to kill him every time, man.
Paul Edgar of Lake Worth said he's just another Hollywood elitist. They have all sold their souls. John Bossy answered Paul by saying they never had a soul. And Cindy Ellard said he's an idiot. Well, there you go.
So they all went to the crossroads.
Stupid is, it stupid does.
Yep. Sandra Johnston Ryan told us he's a piece of crap and is a part of the evil on the island. Mitch Wood said Hanks is also a pedophile.
See, there's going to be some that still thinks that, no matter what evidence is brought forth. So we'll all just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Jerry Williamson said things may be good for him since he lives in a bubble, but doubtful for most Americans. I really doubt that he cares. He's a good actor, and that's all he is.
That he is. I've enjoyed everything he's ever done.
Absolutely. I have too.
Jerry Yates says, I think megastars are a part of the mega Democrat liberal movement that want to control the world. And that's true. You know, kind of like a stinky in the brain.
Stinky in the brain.
It's stinky. I can't wait till it all comes crashing down on them. Well, I'd like to have a front row seat for that too, bud.
Absolutely.
Well said, Jerry.
Julie Rand of Houston says she's very disappointed in Hanks. Tiffany O'Brien thinks he is still suffering from the Wilson syndrome. Those volleyballs will do that to you.
They will.
Yeah. Sherry Briggs Cone said he's a Democrat, and Hoss Huggins from Tyler said he's a nice guy, but an idiot.
A blooming idiot. He may know volleyballs, but he don't know them near as good as y'all's little girl.
That's a fact. That is
Which,
a fact.
mucho congrats, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got ahead of her winning team this year.
Yes, she did.
Julie Rand of Houston says she is very...
Whoop, I just read that.
Well, it was worth repeating.
Yeah.
Thomas Green said he's a typical Hollywood type that thinks they're above everything, sometimes including the law.
Mm-hmm.
And out there, that's true. You know, I mean, they got them all in their back pocket. They live in their own make-believe world and can't relate to the average person. Those actors that are conservative get blackballed.
They sure do.
Yep.
They sure do. Toby Allred told us Tom Hanks is smoking crack cocaine.
Hanging out with young Biden.
Yeah, young Biden. He is obviously not buying gas, groceries, automobiles, land, houses, or even building materials of any kind.
That's fair.
Prices of everything is off the chart high, except stocks and bonds, which are down.
Oh, boy, aren't they?
And that's
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Lord. For those of you who have investments in the stock market, keep them. Keep them, because you'll lose your rear end if you sell now. And we're going to be talking more about Tom Hanks and what he had to say in that video, everyone. But we're going to take a quick time out here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show, and we'll be right back after this.
Yeah.
I'm glad we saved money with that discount agent. I don't know why nobody else wanted this place.
Well, welcome back to the Grandpa and Pappy Show. We're so glad you have joined us. Today we're talking about Tom Hanks and the video he released.
Yeah.
And another Hollywood star that's spoken out.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. But we've had some really good comments so far and many more to go. So, Pappy, lead us off.
Well, Yvonne Barbie asked, didn't he become a Greek citizen? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
David Harvey from Emory said even Forrest Gump is smarter than that. And Perry Michaels says Tom sure alienated a lot of people with that video.
Yes, he did.
And you know what? Even though he does have that second citizenship, that does not make him impervious to the U.S. laws.
That is correct.
If it ever happens, I will be front row.
That ought to be interesting.
Pop the popcorn.
Nikki Van Valkenburg told us it is probably computer generated imagery or someone wearing a mask.
Yeah.
The real Tom Hanks is dead.
Damn.
John Blythe said, I learned long ago that celebrity does not mean intelligence.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Melody Hughes says he may very well be better off. He isn't a middle-class income kind of guy. Then there are the rest of us. Chris Schomburg just simply said Tom Hanks is delusional. Melody, that's well said. That's a good way to look at it.
That is a good way to look at
Some
it.
things you just can't change.
We
you know?
have some of the smartest viewers to express opinions.
We do. Yeah.
It's amazing sometimes.
You guys rock.
Yeah, you sure do. Crawford Young said, I don't know about better off. He needs to be more detailed about his statement.
Yeah.
Some people are more woke about the election process. Michelle Alvarez says he needs to join the real world.
Well, it's starting to look like that's where he's at. What's going on? Our buddy Bob Baker says, why should we care about what Tom Hanks thinks? Jody Pushsoft Short says it's too bad he's not putting diesel fuel in his semi and trying to make a living on it. Piss on Tom Hanks. My sentiments exactly, bro. You be safe out there on those
I'm going
open
to tell
roads.
you, God bless you truckers out there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, without you, we are nothing in this country. You make sure that you deliver the goods when we need it, and we appreciate
two
you. What
boys-
you got there, Special K?
Speaking of truck drivers, God bless them all. Did y'all see that huge caravan in Canada?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 50,000 plus rigs.
Oh, yeah. They're not happy at all.
What the hell is that all about?
It's
It has to do with the vaccine mandate
Yeah.
that Canada's pushing off on their citizens,
Yeah.
on the truck drivers and specifically.
yeah, you can't deliver anything unless you've been vaccinated.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's a
so-
little different over in Scotland, I hear.
Oh yeah.
Did you read that article?
No.
Scotland has come out their version of the CDC, whatever the hell they call it over there. It's all military related. Had come out and made an announcement that if you're vaccinated, even with your boosters, you're no less than 6 times susceptible to getting a cornholio, omni, whatever the hell it's called.
Omicron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Rhymes with cornholio.
No, I haven't seen that. I know England has just come out and said they're going back to normal. To heck with it.
Yeah, and this is OAN. So, and I agree. I mean, Helen's been vaxxed and is current on all her boosters and all that. I'm not. I hadn't had it that I know of. I might have had a taste of it, but I still drink from the water hose and pick my nose while I'm doing it. You know.
Ain't it so?
Yeah.
Brent Hardy said, I think he should shut up and go back to making us laugh on screen.
Boom. Yep.
Richard Jimenez says he's on the list of flights with Mr. Epstein, like we talked about.
Yeah.
He wants everything covered up. And Shirley Mason Waters said that wouldn't surprise me in the least. Annie Joe said he's just a blind fool.
Just a blind old fool.
That's all I got to say about
Kind
that.
of like Fred Sanford, fish-eyed fool. Mike English told us he also said in 2016 that Trump will be president when spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs in red capes. A lot of people said that. John Rockholt told Mike, "Yep, Forrest is just full of nuggets of wisdom." Glenn Estes also told Mike, "Didn't him, Rosie, and the gang say they're all moving if Trump won? I know he moved when they started busting pedophiles, and he didn't waste any time about scurrying on out, did he?"
I'm not going to touch that one.
Did you hear this is the final season for The View? How brokenhearted are you?
Since I
For
have never.
real?
Yep,
Well,
that's what I read.
That's good.
I don't watch it.
We don't either.
Gurgle it for me.
Mike
don't
Mackey
either.
said he is a freaking actor who is paid to say what he's told to say. I saw the ad and decided that he's on my list of actors whom I'll not support any longer. I have a major event coming up in 2023 where I am the chairman, and it is an arena where Hanks has an interest.
Yeah.
Talking about the model train convention.
Choo-choo.
Needless to say, Hanks will not be invited. Not that he cares or would even know, but I know. That's the part that's important to me.
That's all that matters.
That's all that
Is
matters.
what you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Glenn Estes says he had a good movie called Big and was given a good role in Forrest Gump. His racist Saturday Night Live skit was lame with Black Jeopardy. That was funnier than hell, though. Debbie McGowan Howard said it's just the Hollywood mentality.
And she's absolutely correct on that one.
Big O, Deb.
You know, I gotta agree with Glenn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in some terrific movies. Yeah, Big, Forrest Gump, The Philadelphia Story, Castaway. He was in the
League of Your Own?
A League of Her Own,
yeah, absolutely. He's been in some terrific movies, and
he's
has
very
been one
talented.
of my favorite actors. But his
Saving
little
Private
escapade-
Ryan.
And who can forget
Saving
the TV show
Private
Bosom
Ryan,
Buddies?
Yeah.
was, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess they think they're above anything that we may think about
Well,
them.
so far it is what it is. You let Trump get back in office, a lot of that crap's going to change.
Yes, sir. Chance Lancaster said he's just trying to save face. We all know the answer. We are not in a better situation.
Absolutely.
Robert Myers agreed with Chance, saying amen to that. And Tim Adcock said it shows how detached the rich really are.
You know, that's well said. I know I'd probably act different if I was a billionaire. I'd probably have a change of heart about things, but wouldn't be on this subject though. Susie Grant told us she's not sure what world he lives in, but if I wanted to hear Tom Hanks, I'd watch a movie. Otherwise, shut up, Tom. Tommy Parker said he is a paid spokesperson, and that's all.
Well, here's one I really like.
He's also a damn good actor.
Our buddy Jerry Blum from up at the field office said maybe Alec Baldwin will release a video on gun safety.
One needs to know gun safety before one can video
Absolutely.
about it.
Cheryl Caswell Richards says he is covering for the fact that he might get named for being on Pedo Island. We are in a much worse situation than with Trump. Paul Garrison said he is a multi-millionaire, which he is.
Money talks. Money talks, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Donna Briggs Moss said, I lost respect for him years ago during the Trump campaign. He thinks his money and fame make him a cut above everyone else. And Dennis Goodwin asked, are you sure he wasn't channeling Bubba?
Bubba. Yeah. Chuck Francie from out in Campbell, Texas. Hello, Campbell.
Yeah.
Said, I love that guy, but he got hold of some bad Biden crack. Gas prices are higher. Inflation is the highest it's been since 1982. Even though the job numbers appear better, more people are losing their jobs because of the mask mandates. The cost of goods are out of control. Shelves at stores are empty and cargo is stuck on ships. I can go on, but he says we're better off? I personally don't see it, and I have to raise my prices to my customers so I can stay in business.
Yeah.
But then I lose business because the prices are too high.
You know, it's a catch-22 situation.
It is, and for all business owners.
Yeah, with escalation the way it is. And I remember this happened, back in the 80s when escalation jumped so damn high. It like to kill me in my business, I know that. Cinda Maddox asked if we're sure that he's even alive. Judy Gilly says he's full of bull, and Johnny Hopper said he is really as stupid does, and Molly Graham Chandler said he's not very smart, is he? And our buddy Sabrina Monk Draving says he's an idiot not living in reality.
That's a fact.
He's rich enough, he's got his own reality.
We got time for a couple of more opinions. Michael Taylor said it's just another example of the Hollywood elite thinking they are better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Look at how they flocked to Barack Obama's White House for every little thing that went on. And before Trump announced his candidacy, they were all his closest friend.
Yep.
When he got elected, they dropped him like a hot frying pan. They're a bunch of hypocritical fools, in my opinion.
By God.
That's saying it like it is.
Very wealthy hypocritical fools.
Yeah.
Our music buddy Brian Emerton up in Tennessee said Tom Hanks can say that considering he's a millionaire. I'd be happy to swap places for a week with him and see if the same answer comes out of him. Sandra J. Bettis said maybe they're better off. I know us who are not rich. I know us who are not rich are not, but I am blessed.
Well, there you go.
That's a good way to look at it.
Good way to look at it, Sandra. And finally today, Patrick Lee says considering he moved to a foreign country to get away from America, he has no idea what he's talking about. John Underwood said he's doing his Forrest Gump character. Sandy Layla Armistead told us she was surprised. I thought he was better than that. And Kay Ebenante told Sandy that he is far from being innocent.
Yeah, I think we got time to squeeze this last
go ahead.
one in. Marcus Washington said on YouTube that he doesn't pay attention to the Hollywood libtards out in California, since they since they live in lap of luxury, they can't relate to the average working American. They're all hypocrites. Mark Wahlberg plays in all these movies where he is using and shooting guns, yet he is against the Second Amendment. They sure make a lot of sense, don't they?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, thank you guys very much for your opinions on today's topic. We got a couple of viewer comments we want to get in for you. Alex Candor said, I watched your show on resolutions. I resolved to lose weight this coming year, but have gained 8 pounds in 2022. It was a good show, though.
Don't be blaming that.
I believe a lot of people are in that situation.
Don't be blaming that pot belly on us. We've got our own. And to close out of your comments on this week's show, Mark Allison told us, I happened on your show on leaving all those weapons in Afghanistan, and I couldn't agree more. Biden is not all there and is certainly not thinking what is best for the American people. Boy, are we screwed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well said, Mark.
That's kind of putting it in a blunt order there.
Yep.
But anyway, there are so many ways that you can make your suggestions on future shows.
Tell me one.
Or asking a question to us, because we want your ideas and inputs so that we can ask all of our great viewers what their opinion is of it. So don't be afraid or hesitate to get in touch with us.
Yeah.
And
And we love
very,
we love show topics too.
Absolutely.
Send
That's
us
what
some
I'm
show
talking
topics
about.
to consider. Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like to do that, drop us a line at grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
That's one way to do it, yeah.
Or
you can simply hit us up on our show website page at www.grandpaandpappy.com. That's grandpa with a letter N, pappy.com, where you'll find a big old red button shining at you. Push it. We're numbers driven. We're YouTube based. We're very numbers driven, and we need you to subscribe.
absolutely, it doesn't cost you a dime. They just ask you for a password that only you know.
Not even a bent slug.
Yeah, and they will get in, let you go on to our site anytime, or you can go on our Grandpa and Pappy Facebook group page.
Which is accessible from our website as
Absolutely.
well. There you go. Yeah.
Absolutely, it'll send you right there. But the Facebook group page is where 98% of all the opinions that we read here on each show is located.
Well, there's several ways you can.
And it's unadulterated form.
I like that. I like unadulterated. I've been that all my life.
Go ahead.
Crickets.
Crickets. Yeah.
Plus, while you're on the website page, you've got access to not only the Facebook page, but you can go Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook. It's all right there. All you have to do-
YouTube. I mean, you can leave opinions, comments, show topics,
Absolutely.
anything they want to leave there, amigo.
Well, it's been a fun day for us, and we
has.
hope it was for you. A good, interesting topic today.
Yeah.
And we thank you so much for your participation in it. We always end every show by telling you the same thing because it is so important
It
to
is.
all of us out there. Reach out and hug your kids and let them know that you love them.
Let them know they're well loved right here at the Grandpa and Pappy Show. To by God, amigo.
Absolutely.
That's right. Take care of one another.
That's
we're
exactly
just
right.
about all we've got left here.
That's
so.
exactly correct. Be kind to one another. God bless you. God bless America. Until we see you next week, have a great weekend. Enjoy a good football weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
Go Chiefs.
Bye-bye.